Good morning everyone. So it's day 6, camped up at the National Trust car park up by the Lizard. I had that behind me the whole night, which is quite cool, except it was very loud. It was doing its little tone for most of the night because of the weather, but it's stunning. Look. I had no phone signal last night, so just enough to send a few text messages to people to say I'm okay, and that was it. But it's only like 7:30, so I'm going to start packing up and get as much ground covered as possible before the weather sets in. I'm not taking any risks today because I've only got this last set of dry clothes, and that's kind of it. Day 6 is my last day, so I'm feeling excited, but I do want to just like crack on. As you can tell, I'm feeling a little bit tired this morning. I slept okay. I had headphones for a little while whilst it was really bad, but the tent's held up absolutely fine, which I'm really pleased about. So yeah, I'm gonna go back into the tent, sleep for the rest of the day, and yeah, have a day off. I wish. Well, I just arrived at the Lizard. Here it is. As you can see, I've got some blue sky as well, but this is pretty cool. It looks amazing. There was a storm that literally passed over there. I didn't pack up my tent for ages. I left it about half an hour because I could just see this storm over the sea, and the wind direction on the lighthouse was like coming this way, and I was like, oh, and it just missed us. I say us, there was this van that parked up, but I was like, oh, that was so close. I just couldn't bear the thought of undoing my tent and everything, and then this little 5-minute shower goes by over me, and I'm like, no. So yeah, there's like a little cafe here. Doesn't look open at the moment, but yeah, so on the coast path, I'm just going to get as many miles done now as possible. Oh, look at them. That is definitely a treat. I honestly don't know if they're seals or not. I can't see. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Somewhere. It's a seal! Oh my goodness! That is so cool! Oh, those beautiful little animals. Look at them! That is so special. I love how they just bob their heads out of the water. Everyone, so I've made my way down to Connors Cove and have basically found this little cafe that's served that's here. They do hot food, drinks and what have you. So it's a nice little oasis because I'm a bit thirsty, but I'm going to sit inside. I've got this view just to stay out of the sun. It's a bit of a weird thought, isn't it, staying out of the sun, but I'm in it for so long, it's good to get some respite, and I can put some sun cream on and just do a little bit of maintenance, and yeah, I'm going to have a coffee and a scone, so I'm really looking forward to that because I'm quite hungry. I'm going to be very naughty. Dun, dun, dun. Gonna get thrown out of Cornwall.
The section I'm on now is called Soap Rock, and I have to say this is like a combination of Dartmoor, which I love with all my heart, meets the sea. Seriously, the scenery here is just absolutely unique. It's just gorgeous. I kind of wish I'd camped here last night. Not that I regret it or anything, but what a place. And just this stream. Just went for a wee there. But it's absolutely stunning. It's like absolutely just like Dartmoor meets the sea, and I love it. The footpath is no more. Wow. I don't know what it is about these creatures. Look how gorgeous those little calves are. Hello, gorgeouses. But these things, look at them. They look so Viking and so scary, but they're such gorgeous creatures. They just leave you alone. Look at him, or her. You never know with these ones. When I was growing up, I always thought if it had horns, it was male and stay away. But no, they seem absolutely fine. Everyone, this is like a pivotal moment. You know, on every walk I do, I don't know if I've done it on the videos, but there's that moment that you get when you're hiking and you can see your finish point. Look, just over there is Penzance, and that is my finish point. So that'll be tomorrow, which means I'm only halfway through today now, and it's what, half 10. So I just love that moment where you see that finish point. But oh my goodness, it's just like giving me this absolute boost and push to get to Mullion, which is literally just around the corner. Literally, keep saying literally. And but yeah, weather we're on camera. Weather coming in again. It has rained a little bit, but I just love, if you ever do a walk like that and you get to see like where you're going to, it's absolutely amazing. All I'll say on that note of like seeing where you're going, never be afraid to look back either. There's something that I often find myself doing, is having a look behind just to see how many miles that I've done and the land that I was once in, weird English, and just how incredible it is to like see that progress that you've made. So never be afraid to look back either, and just be proud of the progress that you've made. Hello everyone, as you can see, I've made it to my campsite. Wonderful sea views, lovely campsite. To be honest with you, the campsite is absolutely perfect. It's such a sweet place. So I've just popped to the loo, got my tent up already. I'm gonna potentially put one of the guidelines up, maybe this side, but it is a little bit wet. I don't know if that would, no, it's not going to help, so I won't be putting a guideline up. I'm just going to get in and get dry. Hey everyone, so it's only like 7:30, I think, something like that, if that. I have a watch, yeah, exactly 7:30, and I was gonna have a fire in one of the fire pits, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of water right there, a lot of water there. But this is my last night, and I'm a little bit sad, a little bit sad to say the least, because I was just enjoying it so much. And you know, after like 2 nights, it became clear that I love this tent life. This tent does not faze me. Setting up my little camp and in the sleeping bag, and I was just like sort of sat here just feeling all toasty and all warm in my sleeping bag, and it's so nasty outside, and I just feel so happy and content and content in my tent. Just sort of reflecting on like the last week really. So what is it today? Tuesday, Wednesday tomorrow, my last day, you know, a week. So this is my 6th day walking now in a row. But okay, obviously I had the day where I had heat stroke, and I still did 7 miles that day, and just thinking how lovely this is. Just as long as you have like the very
bare necessities really in life. You can be happy, and just feeling quite reflective now, just thinking about what's gone on, and things in the last that have happened to me in the last like few months that have maybe sort of like questioned humanity and questioned people and belief and what have you. And actually, this freedom that you get when you're out on the trail, you don't have to do big miles. And I didn't do big miles this time. I've done my big miles back on the South Downs Way, and this was about enjoyment, and that's why I had no problem cutting back the 47 miles that I cut off the route. It's just made it, I was able to enjoy it. I've met some incredible people along the way. There was Ishu, the Taiwanese girl from the campsite, not yesterday, the day before, and she was literally just reading one of the posters in the shower dryer toilet block, and all I did was say hello, and we ended up chatting for 2 hours that evening, and had nothing better to do. And then we walked down to the town in the morning, so we had coffee and a croissant together, just chatting about life. No, nothing in it, just two people who get on. I'll never see her again, never talk to her again. We don't have contact details, and it was just an absolute joy. The battery's gonna die, so I'll swap that. Yeah, it was an absolute joy to just meet someone and just have that chat. You'll never see them again, and she wasn't the only person I spoke to and got on with along the route. There was a Polish couple that I chatted to, and they'd been like camping on Dartmoor with their armoured armadillo tent or whatever, which apparently could survive snow mountains and stuff. And I said, it's England, don't you? But it's been absolutely incredible. And you just sort of see that there are nice people out there, and it's been amazing to sort of have no plan as well. So even though I've had a plan, like there's been a few campsites which I've had to go to and sort of make it to, but that's pretty much tonight. And the other night I brought it forward. So yesterday I was supposed, it was the day before. God, I don't even know where the days are. Yeah, so the day before so Sunday night was supposed to be in one, so I brought that forward. Then Monday another, so I brought that forward, but didn't. So I just ended up in another one, and wild camped last night. But that was the beauty of last night, like just having nowhere to be. I was like proper hyper, and listening to that what's it called, Lighthouse all night long, or as much as I heard of it when I was awake, hearing it, the magical like boop, and then you just hear it almost eerily travelling across the sea, imagining like the fog and the boats that might hear it and what have you. It was just absolutely incredible, and I don't know, there's just been something magical about this whole trip. I don't even care about the aches. Like the only aches that I've really got are my right heel. Seems to be something up with that. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I just feel so free, just so happy and content with being out like this. Like I said, this tent just doesn't even feel like a trap. Because sometimes, like the first night and the first morning, you sort of have to unpack everything, get it out of the bag. Then the next morning, you've got to pack it all up and put it all in again. I just don't get any of that now. And, the emergencies, the times that there's been problems, like when I had the heat stroke, I recognised the symptoms, and rather than pushing on, I just adapted. And rather than taking the sort of, oh, I give up, because it was more like, I am going to continue despite this. And I'm so glad I did, because if I'd gone home, I would have regretted it so much. So taking that day off, going to the pub and just having water and onboarding lots of stuff, getting the rehydration tablets, having all that food, meant I was strong the next day, and now here I am on my last day. 13 miles left to go to Penzance, and I honestly can't wait. I hope the weather improves, of course, but all I can do is recommend this like lifestyle, just this whole get out, and even if you don't even know where you're going to go, wild camp, obviously check the weather, don't be stupid, but if you can do it, because the world we live in, the whole being somewhere at a certain time, working for other people to make them rich, they don't appreciate you. They'll do anything. They'll be quite happy to get rid of you if it suits them. And whereas this, that system is just flawed. There's just no point. Whereas this, you get away from it. And if there's anything you can do to, I don't know, work for yourself or what have you, it's definitely worth looking into. So I'm gonna switch off and rest, get away from tech for a little while.